Hello everyone. This is gonna be a book review on a book I just finished, and a couple just like incidental messages. The book, my mom actually got this and suggested for me to read it after she read it, called Hurry Down Sunshine. I keep calling it Hurry On Down Sunshine for some reason, but it's Hurry Down Sunshine, A Father's Story of Love and Madness by Michael Greenberg. It is a memoir, and it is written by a man whose daughter, when she was 15, went psychotic. And the symptoms leading up were quite subtle. So there was like a day, certain specific day, that he says my daughter went mad, just completely went mad. On July 5th, 1996, my daughter was struck mad. It is the mania of what they called manic depression. He would have known it by what we call bipolar disorder now. So just right there is the only thing that I would say against it. Not against it really, but just to keep in mind that the story is from 1996, so they didn't have quite as big of an array of medications as we do now. That doesn't play a big role. Well, I mean, there are parts I'll get into why this book's different than what the other books. This is different because this is the father's experience. This is a family member, someone who loves someone, and it's their experience, not the person with bipolar disorder. And it's not so it's a different viewpoint. And I could say, so this is ideal for people who love someone, family, friends, who has bipolar disorder, which, yes, it would be very helpful, very good read for you. But I'm encouraging people with bipolar disorder or other mental illnesses that involve psychosis, psychotic symptoms, or really any kind of, did I say mental illness? I hate the term. I still slip and say it. I prefer psychiatric condition or anything other than mental illness. Anyway, so anyone with those sorts of problems to read it, because we often get so hyper-focused on our disorders that it is healthy to see it from another point of view. Not from a doctor's point of view, professional's point of view, from a loved one's point of view. What they experience, you know. It's well written, good story. There's not a lot of the technical, bipolar is this and it does this to your brain. It is purely a story about a father and his life with his daughter, and how her initial disorder, the initial psychotic break, the psychosis affects him, his relationships, how he sees her, how he sees the other family members seeing her, So it's a unique viewpoint that we with the disorders need to stop and remember, that our experience is not the only experience. How we're experiencing things do you ever like try to talk someone into having the same experience as you? Well, it's kind of impossible. For any situation, there are a number of realities as there are people in the situation. Nobody's, everybody has a different experience. And there's nothing you can do about that, and it's just important to remember. And it's also just fascinating and interesting to realize how it affects other people's lives. We think about, well, I have to do this and my life's going to change and blah, blah, blah. Well, so do theirs. Their lives change too. And they're worried about what's the right thing to do, and they get frustrated, and so it's important for us to recognize that. It's a good book. So I wouldn't say it's a very educational book in the sense that we're going to list meds, we're going to list symptoms, and you're going to learn all about manic depression and bipolar disorder. It's more to point some things out, and don't, remember this, don't forget this, and oh, I didn't even realize, I didn't even think of that. Well, that's how they felt, the epiphany kind of things. My mom has her spots where she marked, where she felt something click. I have my spots where I felt something click. Like, one example is when you're manic and you have these, like, you make these magical connections between things, and you try to get other people to understand it, and you can't understand why they can't understand it, and it's because it doesn't make any sense, and it's just interesting from a different point of view. As of this moment, I have 118 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. It's kind of sometimes just really interesting. I didn't think anything would come of this video blog. It was just like something to try. I honestly didn't think it would be anything. But it seems like if I can help one person just understand their disorder a little more, or feel less creepy or alone or bad, or then I've done something wonderful. So that makes me feel really good. I get some really good feedback. I get some occasional bad feedback. And I am going, people have I asked for suggestions, and people made suggestions for videos. I do have those on the list ready to go to make. Things like not being taken seriously by family, friends, the medical field, and your own psychiatrist. Changing medications, things like that. Things people have suggested. They are there. I'm not ignoring you. They are, those are the things I plan to do next. I may be doing one poetry. I think I write okay poetry, but I'm a really bad reader. That I wrote in Manic episode. I have to do some research on the psychiatric advance directive thing, but I'm going to do a video on that too. So, squeezed it all into this. So that's that. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.